Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about, of course, those good old Cleveland Browns. Because tonight, we got to see it. Or yes, it was today. We got to see Joe Flacco. Footsteps Flacco. As you guys know, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. And going to see Cleveland Browns go out there, or Joe Flacco in a Cleveland's Brown uniform, was surreal for the second week in a row. And honestly, guys, I'm cheering for the Browns. I want Footsteps Flacco and the Browns to, first off, what if they went on to like a deep run in the playoffs or even a championship run with Flacco? Does that mean he's like sticks around the NFL for another 2 years if he wants? But let's go ahead and talk. Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt were the backs today, and Jerome Ford's been more of the, I would say, successful back over the last few weeks. And Njoku went out there, continued to be a mainstay. So did, Elijah Moore. We got to see Amari Cooper. And for me, Flacco was out there just leading offense. He had one interception, 3 touchdowns, completed, 26 to 45 passes for 7 yards per completion. We also got to see a little bit of Greg Newsome out there. And I loved every single minute of this game. Footsteps Flacco, ladies and gentlemen. So this was a game that Flacco 3 weeks ago, he came in and he's now the 2 weeks he's played back to back. And Myles Garrett says he's going to stay with them. And there's a big reason, because 38-year-old Flacco, who signed November 20th, my girlfriend's birthday, has led the Browns to an 8-5 record so far. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Flacco has thrown 565 yards and 5 touchdowns. And yes, Kevin Stefanski has not announced his starting quarterback for this week before the game, but after the game, he said he's going to ride with Joe Flacco for the rest of the way. And we saw, Flacco threw 2 first half touchdowns to Njoku and then threw a 41-yard bomb to David Bell. And that's the thing. They have a guy who knows how to play playoff football. Joe Cool, baby. People forget about this man. And Flacco, well, you want to hear something funny? My mom's teaches at a Catholic school back home in Maryland, and guess who she's taught? She's taught like a handful of Joe Flacco's kids. She knows Joe Flacco. And supposedly, my mom doesn't really care about football. She's like from Argentina. But yeah, she says it's funny whenever he comes in on like for parent-teacher conference day. Now, I think what we're seeing right here with a Browns team with Joe Flacco is a guy who knows how to be a game manager, who can rip it deep when it needs to be, but who also knows how to take advantage of a check down, who knows when to do what in terms of taking care of the football, pushing it down the field, and being a quarterback who can not only manage the game, but also win them games. Because that's the thing. People don't realize when you have a quarterback like Joe Flacco, Joe Flacco on Sunday got a win. And Joe's been in big games, like Stefanski said. So he's comfortable leading this team. And that's huge. And also, Joe Flacco became the first Cleveland quarterback since Brian Sipe in 1980 to throw 3 touchdown passes of 30 yards or more, according to ESPN Stats Information. And again, Flacco knows how to read a defense. We saw in that last touchdown to David Bell where he saw the all-out blitz and he reacted accordingly. And the thing is that it's exciting to see. He looks reinvigorated. And at 38 years old, the league tried to write Flacco off, but he didn't write back. And that's the thing. People thought he was a statue, or they wanted to move on from him because he didn't fit what the modern NFL was. He's just a pocket passer. There's something about a pocket passer like Joe Flacco. But with Sunday's win, the Browns become the 18th in NFL history and the first since 2015 Houston Texans to have 4 starting quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, PJ Tucker, and rookie Dorian Thompson Robinson, each win a game in one season. And Flacco started last week after DTR suffered a concussion in the week before against the Broncos. And the Browns, made us think that Flacco might not be starting today, but he ended up. And Flacco became just the 5th quarterback since 1970 merger to throw 5 touchdowns in his first 2 games with a new team. And Stefanski, like I said, made him the permanent starter. And listen to this quote. Obviously, it feels good when it looks like people have confidence in you. I know I've been in a bunch of locker rooms, but when you walk into a locker room, you still want to gain respect out of everybody. You don't know if you quite have that until you can go out there and get a win and continue to do it day in, day out. You try to carry yourself the right way. You try to do all the right things, but that doesn't guarantee anything in terms of going out in the field on Sunday. So it feels awesome to go out there and get the win, end quote, Flacco said. And Flacco, it was a Super Bowl MVP with the Baltimore Ravens back in 2012 when they won over the 49ers. He started 4 games last year for the Jets, and he was with the Jets for the last 3 years. Flacco, however, was unsigned this offseason, and he said he didn't receive a single contract offer until the Browns offered him the Patrick squad. And until then, he had doubts that he'd ever get an opportunity to play again, and that it was a little scary. But with the win Sunday, the Browns moved to 8-5. And all alone for the 5th seed in the AFC wildcard picture. Cleveland also remains alive in the AFC North division race, though they still trail the Baltimore Ravens by 2 games, who are 10-3. The Browns have not made the playoffs since 2020. Over the last 3 seasons, Cleveland has had only 5 games where a quarterback has just passed at least 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in a game. And Flacco, in just 2 starts, is the only one with 2 such performances. So being able to go out there and get the offense over the hump is pretty cool to see that Joe Flacco's being able to do that like he... they need him. So I think that's something really cool, and people are going to go overlooked. And I think seeing Joe play over here, and I love it. I love every single season. Joe Flacco is the quarterback, is the QB. The Cleveland Browns need. That's a good YouTube video title, right, guys? What do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb, but I think it's a really cool story, and it's been fun to watch. And I think a lot of people aren't realizing like how big of a deal this is. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, I do appreciate you guys, and like hit that like and comment and subscribe button, like what you guys think and why. Like, just let me hear your opinions. I'm curious, like what you guys think and why. But yeah, is that all? I think that's it. I think that's it. That's gonna be the video for me. But I'm wondering what's gonna happen with what I would say is, what if they win the Super Bowl and Joe Flacco is like the best player on that said team, and do they re-sign him? You don't re-sign him, right? No, right? You can't re-sign him. That's my assumption. You can't re-sign him. Maybe I'm wrong and you do re-sign him, but that's definitely the question of the day. I want to hear your guys' opinions. What would you guys do and why? But that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm drinking a Red Bull, so great game. Great game. It was really cool to see. And I'm very happy if you guys stuck to the end. Thank you. Bye. Love every single one of you.